Hey everyone, this is Dean with DCA Crypto. In this video, I'm going to get into why crypto gaming and Web3 will absolutely explode in this bull run. So I'd appreciate if you subscribe to my channel, smash that like button, and let's jump into it. Alright, today's video we're going to cover why Web3 gaming is going to absolutely explode in this bull run. It is one of my biggest bets for this bull run here. I know a lot of people think, oh, well, crypto gaming is dead. It's not going to do anything this bull run. I highly disagree with that. I think crypto gaming is going to be one of the absolutely biggest narratives of this bull run, and you're going to see explosive, massive growth potentially from these gaming coins that are down, some of them over 99%. So let's jump into it here. So as you guys know, the big game that's everybody's been waiting to come out with their token is guns for the off-the-grid game here. This game is going to be one of the catalysts for Web3, and I'm going to show you in here why. Some of you may already know why, because there's been some big news with this game recently here. They're building a AAA quality game with this one, and this is backed by some of the biggest players in the industry here, and some of the biggest gamers in the industry now as well. And that's kind of the news behind this one here, but this game is absolutely fantastic. You guys can see videos on YouTube. You can watch those. I'm not going to cover that here, but they're on Avalanche, and I'm going to show you one of the tokens that I've invested in recently because of how well this one is rumored to do. So this one here is likely to launch probably potentially in the hundreds of millions, if not billions, of market cap potentially at launch. So in my opinion, unless you got in on the early investment on this one, which I did not, I'm not an investor in this off the grid the guns token at all. Some people I know have gotten into the ICO or like the seed round or private round for the guns token, and the vesting on that wasn't the greatest. I think it's like over 2 years or something, and there's like a 12-month cliff, so they can't even start really getting any tokens for the first year. So I don't think you're going to see a lot of dumping from the early investors on this one potentially, but I think it's going to launch at such a high market cap potentially that we may or may not see a lot of gains out of that guns token unless you were potentially an early investor and you start getting some of your tokens. But this project here is one of the hottest gaming projects. It's actually the hottest Web3 gaming project right now is Off the Grid, and you're seeing it pop up on the top 10 charts for games right now. So some of the big news with Off the Grid is Ninja. He's one of the biggest gamers out there. He's got his own skin for Off the Grid, and there's videos going on around the internet about this. He did a YouTube or a Twitch stream about this. So you guys can, if you guys are familiar with gaming, you probably know about Ninja, and he actually was showing off his skin on his live stream the other day, and you can watch the video on YouTube. I'm sure it's out there. So now that Ninja's promoting this game and other gamers as well, he's going to give away a PS5 while playing Off the Grid. So the streamer announced earlier today that he'll be playing Off the Grid's early access all week with popular streamers Tim the Tatman and Gunzilla Games. Not only the camaraderie be great entertainment, but the streamer will also give away a PS5 Pro. To enter the giveaway, all you gotta do is fill out the form. It is exciting to see where Ninja's career has gone over the years, from being the first icon skin in Fortnite to now getting his own skin in other games, including this Off the Grid game here. So you're starting to see this happen here. And then Dr. Disrespect, he's also a big gamer. He did a video in response to this, so you guys can check out his video, and I'll play a little bit of it here.
Oh, God.
So you can see Ninja's skin here. So he's just kind of laughing about this, but you can see this is starting to get the traction for Web3 games. I've seen a lot of positive comments about Off the Grid from people who are, that's all they do is game for a living. They're giving very positive comments about Off the Grid. So I'm sure it's not perfect because it's not the final version of the game yet. I believe it's still only in beta phase or something like that. It's not available to the public yet, but it's getting a lot of traction, and I think that this is going to be one of the accelerators for Web3 games to explode. There's other really big Web3 games that are coming out in 2025 that don't have a token out yet, but you're going to start seeing some of those as well come out in 2025. And all it's going to take is one of these to catch the right traction, and you're going to see a lot of these gaming tokens absolutely explode. So if you go to the Off the Grid website here, you can see the featured game is Shrapnel on here. They are a featured game by them. They're also on Avalanche. I think Avalanche Gaming is going to do really good because of the Off the Grid project. So I figured since Shrapnel's so low in price, I figured it'd be a great time to pick some up. Now we'll take a look at that here. So if you take a look at Shrapnel, as of this recording, it's right around 4 cents. Now the price has been pumping, and if I refresh this page, it's probably up already to like almost 5 cents. So there it is. Yeah, it's up to 5 cents already because I saw a notification on my phone that it was starting to pump. So it's up 21%. Now this video is coming out in a few days from now because I'm pre-recording this because I'm on vacation right now, actually. So I don't know what the token price is going to be when this video comes out necessarily, but right now it's only at a 33 million market cap. If I go back to the 1 month here, I would have loved to have picked some up around the 2 cent range, but I just wasn't paying attention at the time and I missed out on that. So I did pick up a good chunk at 4 cents here. And I think that this is still going to be reasonable because if you go back to like the 1 year history on it, it got up to 40 cents, over 40 cents. So that's, 10x from where I purchased it. And I think that's just the beginning. I think this one's probably going to potentially get into the billions of market cap. So let's say it were to get to, 333 million market cap from here is a 10x. And then if it were to possibly get to, 3 billion market cap. I don't know if that's, doable or not, but let's say it did, you're talking about 100x. But if it got to 1 billion market cap, which I'm pretty confident Shrapnel could do, that would be like a 30x from here. Still pretty good returns, but I bought a good chunk of it because I want to have it in my portfolio just in case it goes absolutely berserk crazy, kind of like Illuvium did in the last bull run, because the potential for that to happen is definitely here. And if Guns, I think Guns is probably going to launch in the high hundreds of millions or billions of market cap. I think is where Guns is going to. I think the token's actually switch from Guns to Gun, but I think it's going to launch potentially in the billions of market cap. So I think the gains out of that one aren't going to be as good as some of these other ones. If you look at the token price here, it started off around 7 or 8 cents and then jumped up to 41 cents, and then it's come back down almost just under 2 cents. Would have been a fantastic time to pick this up. Now, I know that there is a lawsuit out there, kind of pending lawsuit between, I don't know if it's between the co-founders of the project or some internal litigations that are going on, and they are trying to settle it out of court. Last I heard, I haven't seen an update on it recently, but they said if they need to, they will settle it in court. They both have attorneys working with each other. There have been a few people that have left the project, but this project is still very active, and I think that this will wash out, and I think the project will still do really well. If you look at their X page here, so if you go on their X page, they have almost 500,000 followers. So basically, they're still posting about the game here, and you can watch this gameplay. It looks really good on the gameplay. Now, I haven't actually played this, so I can't speak for it myself, but it looks pretty good to me. It looks pretty high quality. But, they're still getting pretty good engagement on their posts here, and there's different videos from team members and stuff, so I'll play a little bit of this as well.
Like an evil genius.
You can say no to anything.
I'm Tanner. I work at Shrapnel. I am the weapons and equipment art lead. And yeah, we're going to show you some cool stuff today. Right here we've got the new revolver. We wanted to make something that felt kind of iconic and really powerful, and so we looked at a lot of different handguns in cinema, comic books, just, you know, throughout popular culture. Dirty Harry's handgun, you know, like that feels like something that's instantly recognizable, even though it's just a standard, you know, firearm like you'd see in any other procedural police thing from around the same time. It still felt like something unique to him, almost like a character in himself. But when we started to put this together, you know, it started out a much smaller weapon, and it's now pretty substantial. So when you're playing with it in the game, it feels like a big, heavy, chunky piece of kit that you're going to, you know, annihilate your enemies with. It's built using polymers, it's 3D printed in parts, built by a company called Astral. Essentially, they're sort of like, you know, techno priests. They're obsessed with technology. They use the latest kit that they possibly can to build stuff out. And so we wanted to show this here. So they've got advanced polymers that, you know, are 3D printed. They've got different kinds of metals that you're gonna see, you know, that you don't see on some of the other weapons in the game. They've also got different technologies they use. So eventually in the game, you'll be able to swap your cylinders out for different kinds of ammo types that are, you know, maybe a little bit more fantastical than something that's just a powder, you know, traditional ballistic. So this weapon's gone through a couple of revisions recently. We've gone back in and changed some of the materials it's actually made out of. You know, this is made up of hundreds and hundreds of layers per part, where we've got just different kinds of metals that we're layering different kinds of dirt and grime on. So when you get really, really close in and you see some of these details, you know, this is all a bunch of different thought and then a lot of different actual like manual art that goes into actually making these surfaces look believable and realistic. We got the barrel open right now. So when we're looking at this, you see discolorations, you see that we've got little decals, just this different kind of metal that we don't really have in other parts of the game. These are all things that have to be built layer by layer by layer. Some of this process is a little bit automated. We're able to say like, oh, let's make this a bare, you know, sort of iron or nickel or whatever kind of metal we're gonna put it as, and then we can go and layer on top of that. But for the most part, it is like a lot of just manually painting every single part of the weapon.
So you can see they're actively building this game, and they're getting right into the absolute micro details on the weapons in the game. So they're putting a lot of effort into this. I don't see this game going away anytime soon. I think Shrapnel is going to do really well, and I think at its current price point, at least at the time of the recording of this video, I think it's still in a great price point for where it's headed in the future. But not financial advice, guys, because there is some things going on in the background with the project. Make sure you do your own research on these projects I cover on my channel. Just don't go out and buy them because I'm covering them. You know, I'm not some crypto expert out there. I'm just sharing with you guys what I'm doing personally and letting you guys come along with me on my journey and telling you my opinions on stuff. But my opinions are not fact. I can't predict the future. So make sure you check everything out yourself. Make your own educated decision on what's best for you and your portfolio. But that's pretty much what I got for this video, guys. I really appreciate it if you hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. That's all I've got for this video. I appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me, tell me, tell me. Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me, tell me, tell me.